So Coven is a show about witches, how the witch trials in the UK specifically started.
So Becky is more in the theatre world, and whereas I'm in the music world predominantly, and it's been cool to blend the two. And for me, as primarily a singer-songwriter writing one-off songs, it's been great to actually think of a piece that blends different songs together on a theme, and think of it almost like a concept album, which is something I always wanted to do anyway. We were inspired with the various partnerships we've had with the shadow puppeteer Jess, and also Lou, the magic consultant, and of course with Jaha, the sound healer, who's inspired a lot of our sort of sonic worlds for the new song that we've written for the show.
You'll find me in the strength of trees. You'll find me in an ember's glow. I'll see you on the breeze. I'll see you on the breeze. I'll see you on.
I think that we were interested to discover how these witch trials started, because it's something that lots of people know about, but you don't really know anything else other than the fact that there were witch trials. But what's interesting to discover is kind of the history of them and how they came about, how long they lasted, and the impact that they had, and quite how broad a reach they had, and just sort of lifting the lid a little bit about what is a witch, you know, what is that idea, the sort of cartoon that comes up in our head if we say what's a witch. You have this sort of like kind of like cartoon, there's this image that comes up in people's heads.
Underscore my thoughts with doubts, you in and out, me roundabout we go with thoughts I can't abort. You seem so sure, I'm not sure I know how you paint as someone else. You make me forget myself. Ho, 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 ho. Each thing they say you take and shake until it makes a different sort of sense. It bends into your hands, it lands and shatters my defense, and blindly I try to trace through smoke screens. I see your face. Hey.
Together with our vocal pedals, which have been quite fun to explore, as they're kind of the mix of old and new, which is actually quite a lot of what the show is about as well. It's relating these old stories from the 16th and 17th century to the 21st century, finding the relevance of what history can teach us to today.
Yeah.
Rain on me, my love, please rain on, please rain on, cleanse my shame, my darling, shame, my darling, leave me.
For us, you know, we're kind of sound and drama, and we haven't actually but we haven't actually really been able to work visually yet on the show.
Not at all.
So this is the first time we've even had a hint of it, and it's been so cool to imagine how it could take on a bigger shape, and also how it could scale, because I think that's one thing you loved about shadow puppetry. The idea was that it could sort of, the perspective shift of that is quite interesting, both kind of thematically for the piece, but also just like visually. That's, you know, to see something that's something small become something big.
I left in the morning. I was hungry, and my sister, she was fawning, she was crying, she was drowning, not properly, metaphorically. She was broken, she was breaking, and my mother and my grandma, they were pacing, they were screaming. I'm the one they say is always dreaming, not doing.
This kind of puppetry based on illusions and surprises. Audiences not being able to figure out how these images are being made, how they're being created, because we're being playful and inventive with where the light source is coming from. So it makes the experience of seeing these images really magical. Begin to create a really complex, mystical environment.
In the end, we all end up in the breeze.
It's been cool to try out in different spaces and to try out different versions of the show, and it's progressed every time we've written for the show. And yeah, we look forward to seeing where it goes next.